Big shout out to you for making it through the hectic holiday season. This new year, get clean, quality, pregnancy nutrient support off your to-do list, including Ritual's best-selling Essential Prenatal Multivitamin, designed with 12 traceable key ingredients to support a healthy pregnancy. With big changes coming up, take the small steps now and start today with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy-fi series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. How you doing, everybody? That is Bob. Yours truly here, Ray Goulding.
Right.
Now,
we're
going
going
free.
What?
Oh, no, she's coming along later.
We have, later, and we also have a little music for you, some talk today that we think may encourage you to think a little bit more, and some ideas on things that we want to pass along.
And friends, remember we were mentioning about rock and roll music on the show. We've had so many requests for it, and then the mail began to go the other way, requesting that we not have any. Well, the mail requesting we not have any far exceeded the mail requesting that we do have some, but fortunately their manager got to us just before the show, and
it was about 4-1, wasn't it?
We made arrangements now to have them.
5 and all.
Right. So here then, for those of you who like it, the Pinocchos and the Ma 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 Rock. Ma 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 ma. Great. And
nice note.
One of the pieces of mail came from like a Leonard Bernstein, is it? Papist, New York. What's that word? Phil something.
Phil somebody.
Phil something. And he said that enjoys the show, and particularly would like to hear Webley Webster play the entire arrangement that he has of Jealousy at the huge organ.
Good. We're answering a lot of requests today, and Webb, I wonder if you'd come over here, or go over to the organ, use that mic.
Wait a minute. Before I go over there, let me just say one thing.
All right, go ahead.
Will you let me play it?
That is our prime intention. We've had...
okay, that's all I want.
Had a request.
All I want to hear.
You play it.
Please. Here then, to that gentleman who requested, and for all my friends and relatives.
And for all that letter that came in. Dudley is now pumping the great studio organ so that it will be ready to...
Jealousy.
Go ahead.
What's it for?
It's for one of us, I think. Which one? Bob or Ray? I'll take it. Can you wait just a second?
Yes, I know wait.
Yes? You didn't like... Well, you see, we had a request for him to play that, sir, and... This is the gentleman who sent the request in.
Oh.
Webb, he didn't,
What?
He didn't like the way you were playing it, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Did he give
No,
you
I'm
his
sure
home address, Bob?
he'll understand.
Will he give it to you?
Of course he will.
Yes. Bob?
What is
Get
that?
his home address.
Could I have your home address, sir? So that we might send you... Oh. No, he won't give it.
Okay.
Hello. He's already hung up. That's too bad, because you did start out very well on that.
Hello?
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 Yes, what can I do for you, man?
I'm the operator, and I've been listening to your program.
Yeah?
And I heard the call, and I thought if you wanted to trace it, I could probably do it for you.
Well, I don't think it's necessary. Do you want Trace to call, Webb? There's no particular need for
If
that.
it wouldn't be too much bother, yeah.
If it wouldn't be too much bother, he's rather nettled, operator.
Well, all right. I'll see if I can trace it down, and then I'll call you back.
Can you call us back before we leave the radio tonight?
Yes.
All right,
All
fine.
right.
We'll be right here. She's coming. We've used up our music time, Webb. That's unfortunate, but she's going to try to get that fellow for you.
Sure.
Try to get the name. Yes, and right here, it's our very great pleasure to welcome back a gentleman who's had a varied career, both in the European stage, on the European stage, and here in this country. And I'm quite sure that a lot of you have seen him on television with his little act. Well, it's not a little act either. There's quite a lot of accompaniment here. Mr. Al Bow Wow Perthwa and his dog act. Did I pronounce your name right? I think it's Perthwa, isn't it, Al?
That's right. It's Perthwa.
Could you speak up a little bit? The dog's making so much noise. It's kind of difficult for
Second
you.
voice. Down. Al Bow Wow Perthwa is right. It's my name. You pronounced it
Do
correctly.
you prefer us to call you by your nickname Bow Wow or by your given name Al?
Well, most people call me Al. People who've known me for so many years.
All right, Bow Wow. Now, how many dogs do you have in your act here?
Well, I have, there are 7 with me tonight that I brought along. And what they do, of course, is jump through hoops and
All of this
do all
equipment
sorts
is set up here.
of fancy choreography-type dancing.
You've actually taught a dog to use that trampoline over there at the end of the studio?
Well, the little poodle will use that. They're very intelligent.
They're pretty intelligent, I
Very
think.
intelligent dogs, yes.
There's
Boys,
one of them
boys.
there is nuzzling in your pocket for a dog biscuit, I think.
Boy.
They're excited, obviously.
You say, or you told me before we went on the air, that you had appeared in Europe quite frequently and to some success. Could you tell us a little bit about your experiences there?
I appeared in the famous music halls of England, and I appeared down in France and over the Pyrenees into Spain.
Beautiful country there.
I saw a lovely book called Aficionado, written by a friend of mine, Vincent Kehoe, that I'd recommend. I have a picture here
Let me see.
that Mr. Kehoe took. His book is lavishly illustrated.
Is he a
with,
bullfighter? I notice he's...
No, he just takes pictures and has wrote a book called Aficionado. You know what that means, don't you?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think it means like a fan.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a fan of bullfighting.
Bullfighting, sure.
1250.
And this is where you... 1250, huh?
Yes, that's probably... That's right, but it's a big, big book.
Yes.
Let me see how many pages are in it.
Justify it somehow.
Yes.
Must be a lot of pages. Well, anyway, we're getting away from the...
Doesn't say.
getting away from the dog subject here, Bow Wow. And what are you going to have them do for us tonight? Something that you've done before the crowd heads?
Yeah. Yes. Well, look, one of these acts we did in front of the king of Denmark.
Is that so?
And he came right down off his throne and shook hands with me after the act.
Certainly must have been a heartwarming scene and one to make you mighty proud of your little animals.
So now what we're going to do is this one here is what is going to do the Fred Astaire part, and the other is going to do the chorus line part. And I wonder if we could have the music, please, and
all right.
to go.
Mr. Fortune.
Yes, there we go. All right.
Now, there they go. They're starting from a sitting position. You give them any signals, Bow Wow?
Boys, let's go.
Oh, no, I guess we just talked to them.
Hip, hip, go.
When do they start, Al?
They're supposed to be starting now. I don't know what's wrong.
Well, they're just sitting there looking at you. Are they waiting for something? By that I mean, are you supposed to give them a little reward to do this, or what?
Well, I don't know what's happened here. I know a lot of them have been irritable of late. But,
well, maybe they're just not used to being on the radio or something. What, has he got hold of you there?
No.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get near him because I've got a new suit on.
Will you help me, please?
Can somebody help him? Somebody help him, please.
Look at me, I suppose. If I don't want to go near that fellow, that dog is really mean.
He's got a good grip on Al Bow Wow Perthwa's
I'm going to have
leg.
to go along now. Come on.
All right. Careful, that little fella. Al Bow Wow Perthwaite and his trained dogs, I never saw them sit around as moodily as those did.
Well, I guess they're used to other mediums.
They're not used to him as a trainer, I don't think.
I don't think so either. I think right here, though, would be a pleasant time to have a word from one of our kind subscribers.
I noticed that Petra Sinon, the CBS Haired Animal Act announcer, just came in.
Yes, I was sitting in the announcer's lounge.
Yes, Petra.
And I was fit to be tied to hear that you put on a Haired Animal Act without calling the CBS Haired Animal announcer.
Well,
that's my assignment.
I know
Whenever
that.
haired animals appear on that work,
I know that.
I announce it.
But, you see, this is our program, and we don't have
I'll take
an
this
actual
to the
announcer.
top. It's been almost 11 years since I did a haired animal program.
Well, I haven't been
And then
there.
to have it on the air and not be part of it.
Well, I know. I can
Can
tell how
only-
you feel. It's rather an embarrassing situation, too, since you've been getting paid to do this kind of work.
I'm on piecework. I'm not paid. I get called when you have haired animal acts on radio at
Well, nobody told us about... I knew who you were because I've seen your picture in so many fan magazines, but nobody told us we had to check with you whenever we had an animal act on the show. So you do understand, don't you?
Nope.
And next time we have one, we'll call you.
Never mind.
We're trying to have one next week. And we'll have the sound of an unusual machine for you in just 10 seconds.
Hey, friends, here's the sound of an unusual machine. And until, Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. This is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get work.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.